My beloved brothers and sisters, there is a beauty that no mirror can fully reflect, a glow no cosmetic product can create, and a youthfulness no medical treatment can preserve. It is the Noor, the divine radiance that Allah places on the faces and hearts of those who live by His guidance. Today, I want to share with you how Islam, through its teachings, lifestyle, and spiritual practices, keeps the believer young, not just in appearance, but in heart, mind, and soul. You see, youthfulness in Islam is not measured by the number of years you have lived. It is measured by the softness of your heart, the purity of your intentions, and the brightness of your connection with Allah. The world teaches us that youth is found in the body. Islam teaches us that youth is found in the soul. When we speak about staying young, radiant, and full of life, many people immediately think about physical routines, beauty products, or medical treatments. But Islam teaches us something far deeper. Youthfulness begins in the heart. A pure heart has the power to renew a person from the inside out. It keeps you light, it keeps you hopeful, and it keeps you spiritually alive. When the heart is healthy, the entire being, mind, face, body, and soul reflects that purity. A pure heart is one that lets go of grudges, because grudges age you. They sit inside your chest like heavy stones, weighing down your emotions, clouding your thoughts, and draining your energy. When you forgive for the sake of Allah, you release that burden. You suddenly feel lighter, calmer, and more at peace. That peace reflects on your face, your tone, your presence. People can sense it without you having to say a word. This is the kind of youth that no mirror can measure. It is the youthfulness of having emotional freedom. A pure heart is also one that removes jealousy. Envy robs you of inner beauty. It constantly compares, constantly competes, constantly complains. It steals your sleep, your energy, your gratitude. But when the heart is trained through Islamic teachings to be content with what Allah has written, it becomes peaceful. Contentment is a fountain of youth. When you stop wishing to be someone else, you begin to glow as yourself. Noor shines most beautifully from a heart that rests in the belief that Allah's plan is perfect. Another quality of a pure heart is sincerity. When your actions are done for Allah alone, you no longer care about showing off or impressing people. This frees you from stress, social pressure, and emotional exhaustion. Sincerity simplifies life. It brings an authenticity to your smile and a softness to your eyes. People feel safe around you, and that safety itself is a kind of radiance. This is why the Prophet told us that the body has a piece of flesh, that if purified, the entire being becomes purified. That is the heart. A pure heart does not hold anger. Anger ages a person. It sharpens the face, tightens the emotions, and hardens the soul. But Islam teaches us to control our anger, to swallow our pride, and to respond with patience. Every moment you choose patience over anger is a moment your soul becomes younger. It's a moment when light enters where darkness could have settled. Over time, these small acts of self-control create a calm, peaceful presence that becomes visible to everyone around you. A pure heart is filled with gratitude. Gratitude softens the soul. It opens your eyes to blessings you once ignored. It makes your heart shine with appreciation rather than bitterness. When you wake up saying Alhamdulillah, you begin your day with nourishment for the soul. Gratitude doesn't just change how you see the world. It changes how the world sees you. It places a natural radiance in your expression because grateful people reflect hope, not despair. A heart connected to Allah remains young forever. It doesn't fear the years passing. It doesn't fear wrinkles, changes, or loss. It knows that youthfulness is not measured by age, but by closeness to the one who never ages. When your heart feels Allah's love, mercy, and companionship, you walk through life with a glow that worldly means cannot produce. This is why some elders have more light on their faces than many youth. Their hearts are alive, even if their bodies have aged. In Islam, youthfulness is spiritual, emotional, and internal. When the heart is purified, the whole person becomes renewed. The Noor you carry becomes a reflection of your inner state, and the inner state becomes a garden nourished by faith, remembrance, forgiveness, and trust. That is the secret of staying young in Islam, not by chasing the world, but by purifying the heart that meets Allah. When we talk about what keeps a believer young, peaceful, and radiant, One of the greatest gifts Allah has given us is the 5 daily prayers. Salah is not simply a ritual or a duty. It is a source of renewal that touches every part of a person's being. It refreshes the body, it cleanses the heart, it sharpens the mind, and it soothes the soul. Every rak'ah is like a breath of fresh air for the spirit, a reminder that no matter what the world takes from you, Allah is always ready to give you peace in return. The act of standing before your Creator itself has an effect that goes beyond what we realize. When you stand in Qiyam, your posture straightens, your body aligns, your breathing settles. The calmness of the moment allows your nervous system to relax. Much of what ages a person is stress. Stress in the muscles, stress in the mind, stress in the heart. Salah interrupts that cycle. It brings a pause to the rushing thoughts and gives the heart a moment to breathe. In those few minutes, your soul experiences a softness that nothing else in the world can provide. The one who is consistent in prayer is consistent in spiritual rejuvenation. Then comes the beauty of sujood, the closest position a human being can ever be to Allah. When your forehead touches the ground, something extraordinary happens. You release the weight of everything you have been carrying. Your worries fall with your tears, your fears dissolve with your whispers, and your heart becomes lighter with every breath you take. Sujood is not only an act of worship, it is a form of emotional therapy. It softens what life has hardened and heals what the world has wounded. People often search for peace in many places, but true peace descends in the moments when you humble yourself before your Lord. Another refreshing aspect of Salah is the rhythm it brings into your daily life. 5 times a day, regardless of where you are or what you are dealing with, you return to the one who controls every outcome. This rhythm keeps the heart stable. It keeps the believer grounded in truth, hope, and purpose. A heart that is grounded is a heart that does not panic easily, does not fall apart, and does not age under pressure. It finds stability in Allah, and from that stability, a calmness shines through. On a physical level, the movements of prayer keep the body active and flexible. The stretching during ruku, the flow into sujood, and the sitting in tashahhud gently exercise the muscles, improve blood circulation, and maintain joint mobility. Many people do not realize that these movements protect the body from stiffness and tension that come with age. The believer who prays with focus benefits spiritually and physically at the same time. The prayer becomes a source of strength for the body and nourishment for the spirit. Emotionally, Salah acts as a sanctuary. Life brings difficulties, disappointments, and moments of heaviness. But prayer brings relief in every Allahu Akbar. You raise your hands, leaving behind the noise of the world. In every recitation, you hear the words of your Lord calming your heart. In every salam, you're reminded that peace begins with your connection to Allah. This emotional refreshment is what keeps a person's face glowing and their heart youthful. When your heart is at peace, your face reflects that peace. Spiritually, Salah reconnects you with your true purpose. It reminds you that you are not alone, not abandoned, and not forgotten. It reminds you that Allah listens to you, sees you, and invites you back to Him repeatedly. This connection with the divine breathes life into the soul. It gives you a sense of direction and a sense of worth. When you feel connected to Allah, you feel alive. When you feel alive, you remain youthful no matter how many years pass. Salah is the believer's fountain of youth because it renews the heart 5 times a day. It removes spiritual rust, washes away confusion, and replaces fear with tranquility. Those who pray with sincerity walk through life with a calm presence, a glowing face, and a heart that remains youthful even as their body ages. Prayer keeps you young because it connects you to the one who created time itself, the one who can bring light to your face and peace to your soul with just one sincere prostration. One of the greatest gifts in Islam is the understanding that true beauty does not begin on the surface. It begins within. Noor, that radiant light which shines from the believer's face, is not a product of wealth, cosmetics, or status. It is the product of character. It is the glow that Allah places on those whose hearts are clean, whose intentions are pure, and whose manners reflect the teachings of the Prophet. When a person's character is beautiful, their face becomes beautiful, even if they never notice it themselves. This is why some people walk into a row and bring calmness with them. Their presence itself carries a light. Good character beautifies a person's entire existence. A kind word softens the hearts of others, but it also softens your own. Every time you speak with gentleness, you polish your inner self. Every time you choose compassion over harshness, your soul becomes more radiant. Every time you help someone silently, Allah places Noor on your face openly. This inner glow cannot be manufactured by human effort alone. It is granted by Allah because of the goodness you carry within. Noor is a reflection of who you are when no one is watching. Honesty is another pillar of good character that brings radiance. When you speak the truth, when your heart is sincere, and when your actions match your words, you live with harmony inside. A dishonest heart carries stress and fear, but an honest one carries clarity and peace. This inner peace shows on the face. The eyes become calm, the expressions soften, and the entire aura becomes more welcoming. People naturally feel comfortable and safe around someone whose heart is pure and whose words are trustworthy. Another part of good character that brings Noor is modesty. Modesty is not just about dress. It is about conduct, humility, and self-respect. The believer who walks on earth gently, who does not show arrogance, who does not belittle others, and who does not seek constant attention, carries a special kind of beauty. Allah elevates the one who lowers themselves. Noor settles on the face of those who live with humility, because humility is one of the most beloved qualities to Allah. A proud heart becomes hard, but a humble one becomes illuminated. A person who controls their anger also shines with Noor. Anger darkens the heart, and a dark heart cannot produce light. But when you restrain your anger for the sake of Allah, when you choose silence instead of harmful woe, RDS, when you take a step back instead of reacting impulsively, Allah rewards you with a light that others can see. Controlling anger is not just emotional strength, it is spiritual maturity. Each time you choose patience over rage, forgiveness over revenge, softness over harshness, your soul becomes younger and your face becomes brighter. Helping others for the sake of Allah is another source of Noor. When you feed the poor, comfort the sad, guide the lost, or simply make someone smile, you earn a special place with Allah. These acts of goodness leave a trace on your heart. They cleanse you from selfishness and replace it with mercy. There is a natural radiance in the people who live to serve others. Their hearts are filled with compassion, and their faces reflect the kindness they carry inside. What makes this radiance so special is that it is timeless. It does not fade with age, nor does it depend on physical beauty. Someone may lose their youthful skin or their physical strength, but the Noor earned through good character continues to shine. You may meet an elderly person whose face glows with serenity more than a young person full of stress. This is because Noor is spiritual, not physical. It is the beauty of the heart shining through the body. In Islam, character is not just moral, it is transformative. It transforms the way people see you, but more importantly, it transforms the way Allah sees you. When your character aligns with the teachings of Islam, you naturally become a source of peace for others and a vessel of light for yourself. Noor is the reward for a heart that chooses goodness, a tongue that speaks kindness, and a soul that seeks Allah's pleasure in every moment. The remembrance of Allah is one of the most powerful sources of inner youth and radiance that a believer can experience. Dhikr is not just the act of repeating words, it is food for the S, all, light for the heart, and tranquility for the mind. When a person keeps their tongue moist with the remembrance of Allah, they protect their heart from spiritual aging. The world exhausts the soul with its distractions, worries, temptations, and noise. Dhikr restores what the world drains. It brings the believer back to a state of calmness, clarity, and closeness to the Creator. Every time you say Subhanallah, you lift your heart above the negativity of this world. Every time you say Alhamdulillah, you refresh your soul with gratitude. Every time you say Allahu Akbar, you shrink your problems and magnify your hope. These simple phrases carry profound healing. They clear the dust that settles on the heart from daily struggles. Just as the body needs water to stay hydrated, the heart needs dhikr to stay alive. A heart that remembers Allah frequently becomes soft, peaceful, and full of light. Dhikr protects the heart from the effects of stress and anxiety. When you are overwhelmed, remembering Allah slows your breathing, steadies your emotions, and brings you back to the present moment. Modern life is fast-paced and mentally draining. And many people age faster emotionally because they carry constant tension inside. But the believer who makes dhikr a daily companion experiences moments of peace even in the busiest hours. That peace creates a radiance that shows in their face, their tone, and their behavior. People feel calm around those who are calm within themselves. The beauty of dhikr is that it costs nothing, requires no special place, and takes only a few seconds. You can remember Allah while walking, working, cooking, driving, or resting, and every moment of remembrance deposits light into your heart. Over time, this light begins to show. There is a brightness in the eyes, a softness in the expression, a gentleness in the voice. Noor is not something you see in the mirror. It is something others feel from the tranquility you carry. Dhikr also keeps the heart spiritually young because it strengthens your connection to Allah. When you remember Him in ease, He remembers you in hardship. When you call upon Him with sincerity, He fills your life with calmness. This closeness gives the heart resilience. A heart that trusts its Lord does not break under pressure. It does not lose hope when tested. It does not fall apart when life becomes heavy. This inner strength creates an outer glow, because the most radiant people are the ones who carry peace from within. Another way dhikr keeps the believer youthful is by cleansing the heart from sins. Every sin carries a stain, and stains create darkness in the heart. Dhikr washes these stains away. The more you remember Allah, the less room your heart has for negativity, anger, jealousy, fear, and pride. A heart free from these burdens remains spiritually fresh and emotionally light. Lightness is a form of youth. When your heart is not weighed down, your face does not reflect heaviness. Moreover, dhikr nurtures sincerity and mindfulness. When the heart constantly remembers Allah, it becomes more aware of His presence. This awareness guides your actions, softens your manners, and increases your gratitude. You begin to see life with clearer eyes, understanding that everything unfolds by the wisdom of Allah. Such clarity prevents emotional aging. It keeps you hopeful, patient, and steady. Those who engage in dhikr carry a special fragrance, not a physical scent, but a spiritual aura that draws people toward them. Their presence comforts the distressed and inspires the lost. Their Noor is a reflection of the connection they maintain with Allah. Dhikr keeps the heart alive, and a living heart always shines. Ultimately, remembrance of Allah protects you from the decay of worry and the erosio. And of hope. It grants you a youthful spirit and a radiant presence. The more you remember Allah, the more He places light in your heart, peace in your mind, and beauty in your character. Dhikr is the secret to a glowing soul and a face illuminated by the Noor of faith. Islam teaches a lifestyle of balance, moderation, and harmony, qualities that protect a person's youth, preserve their strength, and nurture their inner radiance. Many people today live in extremes: extreme stress, extreme exhaustion, extreme overthinking, extreme indulgence. These extremes drain the body, cloud the mind, and darken the heart. But the Islamic way of living brings equilibrium. It keeps you centered, grounded, and healthy in every sense. This balance is one of the greatest secrets behind the youthful energy and calm presence that sincere believers carry. The Prophet taught us that the body has rights, the soul has rights, and the mind has rights. A person who ignores these rights ages faster, physically and spiritually. But the one who honors them remains fresh and energized. Islam encourages moderation in eating, reminding us that filling the stomach excessively burdens the heart and slows the mind. When you follow the sunnah of eating lightly, choosing nourishment over indulgence, and practicing gratitude with every bite, your body responds with clarity, comfort, and vitality. It stays young because it is not overburdened. Simplicity in food is not just a dietary principle, it is a spiritual one. Sleep is another element of balance. Islam encourages proper rest, not too little, not too much. A tired mind becomes anxious. A tired body becomes weak. A tired heart becomes irritable. But when you rest with intention, wake with purpose, and structure your day around meaningful routines like fajr, work, family, and worship, your energy becomes stable. A well-rested soul glows. People can sense tranquility in someone whose life is not chaotic, but balanced through the rhythm Allah designed. Work and worship are also balanced beautifully in Islam. A believer is not meant to spend every moment in worship nor every moment in dunya. Islam teaches a harmony that keeps the spirit nourished and the body engaged. When you work sincerely and honestly, you feel productive. When you worship sincerely, you feel spiritually alive. This blend protects you from burnout and emptiness. Many people age emotionally because they feel their lives lack meaning or structure. Islam fills that void with discipline and purpose. A purposeful heart stays youthful no matter how old the body becomes. Moderation in emotions is another profound teaching. Islam discourages extreme anger, extreme sadness, extreme worry, and extreme excitement. It teaches emotional stability through trust in Allah. When you do your best and leave the rest to Him, you protect your heart from the roller coaster of intense emotional swings. Emotional stability is one of the most important factors behind a youthful spirit. It keeps the face soft, the mind clear, and the heart at ease. Even in social interactions, Islam encourages balance. Spending time with family, maintaining ties, helping the community, and also taking time for solitude are all part of a healthy life. Too much isolation drains the heart. Too much social activity drains the mind. Balance gives you space to breathe, reflect, and grow. It prevents the decay of burnout and the heaviness of loneliness. The Sunnah also encourages walking, cleanliness, good hygiene, smiling, speaking kindly, and avoiding wastefulness, all habits that enhance both outer and inner well-being. A clean body, a clean home, a clean heart, and a clean intention all contribute to radiance. When your lifestyle is free from excess, clutter, and chaos, your spirit naturally feels lighter. That lightness shows in your expression. It becomes part of